very often when you have a child with special needs, it's something that you've never encountered before. At least now, maybe these conditions are more commonly spoken about in the public forum. But say, when my son was diagnosed, I had not heard about autism. So it is something that you're encountering for the very first time. So it is very not only emotionally difficult to accept that your child is having a difficulty, but also the fact that you don't know anything about it. You don't have something to go by. But with something like an intellectual disability, the first thing that hits you is the fact that you don't know what to do. As a parent, you feel very incapable, and at the same time you still have to be there for that child. You have to protect the child, you have to make decisions for the child. And so it is a time, one can look at it as an opportunity as far as a marriage or the relationship goes, to be there for each other, because nobody else is going through that, but both of you are, both the partners are going through the same kind of experience. So I think that realization that at least you are going in it together, it's not something that's hitting you alone, is one thing. I feel there is a great need in our society for parenting counseling at that age. As soon as the child is diagnosed, just as you have now prenatal classes and postnatal health, this is also, as soon as a person is diagnosed, I think so if we can raise a red flag and say these things are bound to happen, this is okay for you to feel this way, for the dad to feel this way, or for the mom to feel this way, that itself will bring more acceptance of this situation. Let's go to the acceptance of the child a little bit later, I feel, because you have to first accept that this has happened to you. So it's okay if you're confused, I feel, as a parent. It's okay if you're in denial. It's okay if y'all are in two little bubbles at that point. But just to be aware that this is happening to you, it's not caused by you, because the next step usually is to with each other is that this is the nearest person available, right? Your spouse. So you tend to start throwing blame, and start fighting on small things, and that's a natural tendency also for some of us. So when that starts happening, when you start shaming the other, blaming the other, then things can go downwards in the spiral. So just to be aware that, this is happening to both of you. It's not your fault. It is something that's happened. And we don't know the cause yet for many of the developmental disabilities. For some, there is a genetic cause. For some, there is no reason yet. And it doesn't matter, does it? Finding the cause might help to prevent the situation overall. But what has happened to that particular child. And it's very important to find strength to be there for each other in whichever way. And in terms of accepting the disability, the only way is to understand it first then. So one can be partners in trying to learn more about whatever the disability is and what can be done, what is the best practices, what is the evidence-based research say, what are the chances for your child to be sort of back to, like I always tell my husband, we studied together, so it's like we're doing this course on autism together again. So to be sort of take that lighter approach of learning together about the disability, about your child, because you may have had certain sort of parenting goals or parenting styles with a typical child that you adopt. But with your child having a disability, you may need to tweak those goals, you may need to tweak the style to suit the child. So to be together on that, and when one can be that way, when one can open up the communication that way, learn together, and sort of, make a pact that you're in it together. That's the point where it starts, improving the relationship.